Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning.
Good morning. I didn't really do anything, so I'm glad it worked.
Okay, first question I have is, where are your masks?
In storage.
In storage, good answer. I had some people look at me like, huh? So, do you feel free? Do you feel liberated?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've had 3 years.
I'm waiting for the staff to finally not be able to. It's, you know, I'm becoming much more lax with it myself lately. So for COVID updates, the biggest update was that no more masks. But you are still advised to wear them when you're out in public and out and around. COVID is still, you know, something that's there. And it's, the numbers are still up, but we're not reporting them anymore. We have only one COVID positive case throughout the campus right now. And it's interesting, there have been no staff cases for the last 2 months probably. So it's only residents, independent living residents in fact, that are, you know, being exposed and getting it. So
Yeah, because people don't.
yeah, so be careful when you're out and about. Mark's going to give an update on sales. Molly's on vacation somewhere in the Caribbean or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So in independent living, we're currently at 148, and we've got 7 new residents coming in over the next couple months. So that will be good. I'm also hoping to take a deposit on an apartment by the end of the week. So that'll make 8. In assisted living, we are at 28. And we have a gentleman, a new resident coming in on Friday, so that'll put us at 29. And currently today in skilled nursing, we are at 27. Questions?
What's the total in independent living?
Residents right now? Or
No,
units?
like the total available.
In independent living, there are 26 units.
Oh, no, he's like, how many total units are there?
Oh, 174.
Oh.
111 apartments and 63 casitas.
You know.
63 casitas.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought there were 64.
No.
6 years, you learn.
All right.
Okay.
All right, to put that in perspective for everybody, the current budget is based off of 153 occupied independent apartments, so we're behind about 5. For the assisted living, we budgeted at 34, and we're at 28, we'll be at 29, so we're behind there as well. And in skilled nursing, we should be at 32, so a little behind the ball there as well. The good news is there are 7 new people coming up into independent living, and so that should put it back on track there. The phone system used to be on a slow boat, now it's on a slow truck. So I'm told it was shipped from Tucson. I could have walked to Tucson and brought it back by now, so when it gets here, it's all we have to do is plug the phones in. There's no program; they're all programmed already. So
What phones are you talking about?
the business phones, all the business office phones are being switched over, and that when that happens, then voicemail will be active again, and you won't get that busy signal after 3 rings, and so. But I have no idea where the phones are. And then Lori is in orientation with new employees right now, so I will be doing an update for her. Presently, we have new staff. We have a new server that's starting next week. And then we have 2 more that are in background clearance. For those of you who don't know what that is, the background clearance, all employees here go through an FBI and Department of Justice background check. Before they can be hired, they have to be cleared by the state program that's called Guardian. And we were on the phone yesterday with Guardian. We have a number of people that are being delayed for various reasons, and seeing what we can do to expedite them. And we'll approve them when we approve them. So yeah, it's just, there's nothing we can do to make it go any faster. There's one new caregiver in orientation at the present time, and there are 2 caregivers who are coming on to start their onboarding. So we're seeing the labor market loosen up a little bit, which is a very positive thing after 3 years of struggling to bring in any staff at all. And then there's a new licensed nurse starting in the wellness department, and she'll be part-time. But so those are all good things. 2 new licensed nurses in skilled nursing, and 1 new RN in skilled nursing. So, it's been a long time since we've been able to say we've been able to hire nurses like that. So it's a very good thing. Lori's going to be attending a career education advisory this afternoon with the 3 local school districts and the College of the Desert. And so looking at ways that we can partner with local education groups to bring in interns and maybe students who can work after school hours, things like that. And then for open positions, we still have 2 servers after the current hires are brought in. And we have 1 maintenance associate, an activities associate, and so our community life associate, and 2 CNAs in skilled nursing, 1 part-time skilled nursing licensed nurse, diet aide, and dietary manager. I heard somebody say that's a lot. That's really not a lot compared to what we had open. So that's a good thing to have right now, that number. So and that's it for human resources. Any questions about that? All right. Vanessa, you're going to talk, Ron, capital budget items. So, Welltower has approved the exterior painting of the building, but they haven't released funds for it. So it's approved for this year. I don't know when we're going to be able to start the exterior painting. They have released, and it's in progress, is a refresh of the lobby and the Cece's Cafe and the green room, and which will no longer be the green room. So we'll have to come up with a new naming. Anybody will do a naming opportunity by the name. So those are the 2 big things. The parking lots were not in the budget. They did not approve the parking lots, but I'm still pushing them for that. Okay.
Are you putting garages? Garages?
No garages. Vanessa, you can talk about what community life.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For LifeLoop, there is no update on LifeLoop. We're still waiting for Spectrum to set a date to come out and install the equipment that we need for our in-house channel. So as of yet, there is no confirmed date. And if there was, I wouldn't share it because it always gets pushed back. So there's no update on that. A few things going on for the rest of this month is our drama group, our Castaways group performance is next Tuesday at 3 o'clock in this room. So I hope everyone can make it to that because we have 3 wonderful plays that you'll enjoy. I will be pushing out the newsletter by Friday. So those of you who use LifeLoop, you'll get an alert for that, and you'll be able to see the newsletter by Friday. March, we have, St. Patrick's Day. We have a lot of little fun stuff going on. So just really stay tuned for all of that. And the sign-up sheets for these outings are always in the green binder in front of the mark. So always make sure you're looking at your calendar, you're circling things, and you go the first of the month to the green binder and sign up for all of the offerings that we have going on. Any questions for community life, transportation? No? Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Nestor.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Oh,
Sorry, think I messed up. For tree trimming, contractor is pretty much all through with the tree trimming, with the exception of some areas which he couldn't do during the winter time. So he said during spring he'll come back and take care of those others that still need to be trimmed, which I believe is some of the ficus trees and some of the trees along the north side of the community that look over to the golf course, neighbor golf course.
That tree trimming was, fate smiled on us. We did all that tree trimming. We only lost 3 tree branches last night.
Wow.
If you're out in the neighborhood, you'll see how fortunate we were.
We lost a tree though.
We did lose a tree?
In the 500 patio, the tulip tree.
Oh, no.
Is half broken.
Oh, darn it. So, but overall, pretty good.
And then for landscape requests, if you need something done, if you think something needs to get done around your area, please relay the message to me. Sometimes if the message goes directly to the gardeners, they might not understand what you need exactly. So if you could just let me know, and then I'll talk to the supervisor, and that way make sure it gets taken care of promptly or the right way. And if they need to, they might stop by and see you to clarify. But if you go through me, I think going to the supervisor there is probably the best way. That way, the guys have their own schedule, so I don't want to take them off their routine work. For pendant system checks, what we did, we went through our computer system, which monitors every pendant that you have. And it will tell us if you have a low battery or if there's any issues with your system, with your pendant or pull stations. So Manny and I worked a couple weeks back, and we went through the whole system and checked the ones that were showing a low battery. Those are all taken care of. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go room by room just to test everyone, all every pull station, make sure it's still registering good in the computer system, and your batteries are still operating as designed. Other than that, everything else, do you guys have any questions? Maintenance? Oh, I got a lot.
Do you have any schedule for when we're going to be using the pull stations to report when we go to bed and wake up and all that sort of thing instead of the door placards?
April 1st.
April 1st is the day we'll be switching over to that system.
To what system? What system?
Right now, you're putting your door tag outside in the night and putting it in the morning. We're switching over, in the bathrooms you have a pull station with a big blue button. Now, instead of putting your tag, you'll push that in the night and then push it in the morning once again, right? Yeah. Go ahead.
Nestor, this is just a minor question, but in the last 4 years that I've been here, there's always been a chair in the elevators. For some reason, the chair in the south elevator has disappeared. I don't know if this question needs to be addressed to you or if you're on, but I would appreciate it, as I'm sure others would also, to share.
It was a request done by our last walkthrough on with the fire marshal. We couldn't have the chair inside the elevator as it kind of interferes with evacuation.
Has to be taken out of that policy.
Way back by
Yeah.
the.
So we'll be removing if there. I think there's still one or two out there, so we'll be taking those out as well.
Taking them out? Yes.
Yes.
The chair I'm speaking of was pushed way back to the wall. It couldn't possibly interfere with anybody.
The fire.
We are just going by what the fire marshal tells us, so we have to.
Outside shall be protected.
Yeah.
And then I got one back there.
Who is going to actually monitor the, check, the pool, whatever they are, in the bathroom?
Okay.
So the checks, the wellness checks for the pull cords, that computer system is maintained at the wellness desk in assisted living. And that's staffed 24 hours a day. There's always somebody there. So what will happen is when you push the call pendant, the computer waits until the designated time to see that all the pendants were pushed. And then at the designated time, it will send an alert to the computer that the staff there that can see that, you know, this apartment have not checked in. And then they will call to see if you're okay and you just forgot to do it. If they don't get a response, then somebody from the wellness team will go and knock on your door and catch you in your unemerged.
Nestor, do you have any landscaping plans? The area by the 600 casitas has been sadly neglected for years.
Is there an area in specific, or are you just talking general?
The general,
Okay.
huge arroyo where we lost 3 trees in the last 3 years.
I believe that was part of the creative when they renovated yeah, because I on my walkthroughs that I do with that I recently did one with Humberto, we talked about some of the plants missing and getting those replaced. So he'll be taking care of those. I know on the painting plan where he's gonna be trimming back and he's also gonna be replacing some. So there's some things coming. I mean, I'll talk to him about the trees because I know there was in the catch basin, right? And the 600,
Yes, that's
yeah.
right, but that's a huge area and there are many plants gone and it needs soil. I mean, I was wondering if you have a plan for it.
It's in the talks on replacing some of the plants there. Not an actual plant yet, but we'll do something about it for sure. One more over here.
I'm still not quite satisfied with that answer.
Oh, here.
Everything I've ever seen says, in case of fire, don't use the elevators, use the stairs.
Okay, one of the things we're tasked with is following regulatory rules. And there is a written, plain as day rule from the fire department and from Life Safety Code that you cannot have anything in an elevator that could obstruct exits. So to the comment that was made, like it's pushed back in the corner, if in an emergency you were trying to leave and you tripped on it, you fell, you didn't get out of the elevator, you get burned up like a crispy critter. The chairs are gone, there's no more discussion about it.
I like
And Nestor, there's also some serious erosion in that area, the 600 casitas, and you can actually see the erosion from underneath the sidewalk. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am, and we're also going to be doing some DG. I did mention that to the landscaper on my last walk. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
caregivers. I know some of you, use the private caregivers to help with errands or cares. But when you hire someone new, you have to let us know, you are hiring somebody. Because when you hire somebody outside, from the outside agency, we need to have an agreement between, you and, outside agency, and also Carlotta and the outside, provider. So you have to let us know, and so also we can have their, vaccination records, we need to have it. So there is no way we can find out, who's having new, outside agency. So you have to provide that information to us. And next to is wellness checks. Already Nestor and Ron addressed, about it. So it will be switched to pulse system starting April 1st. And last thing is that just to wear pendants to be safe, because there are many cases I went to, check on residents after the fall, and sometimes they don't wear it, and then it will delay your, help is coming, because sometimes I know for a fact they are on the floor many hours because they are not wearing it. So just to make sure you wear your pendant, even though you think, I just go to the, kitchen for a glass of water for 5 minutes, coming back to the, bedroom. Still, you need to wear, even if it's a few minutes. Anything can happen, like instant. So just please wear your pendants. Any questions?
That makes sense.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, you have questions?
Oh.
Just as a side note, Vanessa's going to be having a bedazzling class. So you can bedazzle your pendants so they look more like jewelry. They'll sparkle.
Helen, can you tell us what impact Aspen taking over skilled nursing will have on the residents?
There
I'll
shouldn't be
tell
any,
you.
yes,
That's
here.
on my video there.
Okay, so, yeah, right here.
Ellen, you asked us to wear pendants. Yeah, we've heard so many issues of people falling, pushing their buttons, and they can't be found by healthcare. I was witness to one night.
Okay.
Woman fell outside our casita. She lay there for 40 minutes or more. I finally heard her call for help and called wellness, and they said they couldn't find her, that they were in her apartment or her casita, but could not find her. Now, that's not the first time I've heard that issue brought up. So can you address what's going on with that?
Yes, sir. How does that work?
There's repeaters.
You
There's repeaters on all along the property that are labeled to an area. So what it does is when you push your pendant, it will say northeast 600. So it gives you a general area where the person could be. Doesn't pinpoint the exact area of the person. Unless you're in the apartment. The first place they look is in the apartment, and then they have to go around the area where the locator is.
That's the story I got, that they went to her apartment. Obviously, she wasn't into her apartment, and obviously the locator didn't work.
Well, in that case, the locator was working. The staff member saw her name and just assumed that she was in the apartment. We did training with that staff person afterward that says when you can't go by the name, you have to go by where it says they are. So the locators that Nestor's referring to are in the hallways. They're little white boxes that are plugged into the outlets that say Ariel on them. And so as you go past that, it's registering that you're in that little triangulated
How about
area.
outside? You can see there.
They're on the rooftops. So they'll they'll pick up that you're near a certain part of the campus.
Like the FBI, nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I study it every night, so I know where you're going.
Yeah, well.
All right, Shane, POS system.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. So nice to see you. First of all, I'd like to thank the Academy.
Not yet.
I've always wanted to say that. And I've said it like 3 times in the last hour, right?
You'll get your chance.
Not that you know. Anyways, so I'm supposed to talk about the POS system. A POS system is a point of sale. It's an electronic device that we should be using to take your order at your table, but it does a lot of other things. It tracks items, how many times we sell that item, so it gives us an idea of how popular that item was, and also the ingredients that went into preparing that item, and tells us it can help us with inventory and ordering and being more efficient with that. There's a lot of things that a POS system could do. We actually have the hardware here. It was implemented a few years ago, before my time, and I have been trying, as I was charged when I first came on board, to see if I could get it up and going. Is everybody following me with this POS system? So the servers should have tablets at your table, and they should be taking your order. And it should be going directly to the kitchen, no writing. Kitchen should be filling the orders, and they should be going out to your table. So it will be fancy, fancy. Anyways, so I started to work on the project of getting it up and going, and they started talking about things that I know nothing about, and had me looking at things, because we're trying to get it connected. It's not connecting to start off with, and I'm not a tech person, and I have invested time in it, but I can't do it. So I went to Ron and told him that I'm struggling with that. One thing that I did do was reach out to the company and ask them to send somebody to us that could train me and some other members of our staff thoroughly from the beginning, get it up and going, number one, because it's not connecting, and number two, to train us so that we could use it. So they sent a quote. I'm sure it's very expensive, I don't know that, and it's in the process of being considered. So we're working on the POS system. But without the POS system, I think we're doing a pretty good job of getting your orders to your table. I know sometimes we have gaps. I watch them nightly as I see. And I know that our team, I've said it before, are trying so very hard to do it right. We have people from other departments that come in, they work all day, and they come in there as if they were fresh into the job, to a totally different job. We have our own staff, very young and learning, and I see them, I'm so proud of them, and all of them. So be patient with them as you have. Thank you very much for your patience. They'll continue to grow. We have some great potentials in line right now for those positions. So without the POS system, I'd say we're okay for now. It'll be neat when we have that equipment in place, and we'll see where that goes in the future. The second thing that I would like to talk to you about today was our wonderful...
Actually, I put that on there for me, and wanted to just extend a public acknowledgement to Shane and his team and Vanessa for probably what was one of the best events we've had in a very, very long time. How about this guy? I mean, come on.
So on that Valentine event that we just did, again, our team poured their hearts into that. And I really feel good about that. Vanessa and I collaborate very well on those things. And the prefix meal that we did prepare for that is really, really something, an asset to us to be able to execute. It's a higher quality of protein, and everybody's having the same thing. We did short ribs of beef, I think, for Christmas. No, for New Year's, and before that we did prime ribs. So we wanted to move away from the beef and do the fish. It was told to me that salmon was extremely popular here, which it was. There were a few people that didn't care for salmon, and we were able to accommodate them. So, but the whole evening, I walked through the dining room feeling very accomplished and saw that you're really enjoying yourself. So we look forward to doing a lot more of that kind of stuff. In the kitchen too, they really were proud of their work. And I asked Ron yesterday if we could start to do a kitchen tours again and bring you back there to see them in action, because they don't get enough credit for what they do and you don't know them that well. But they too are also really, really, their heart's in the right place and they want to do well. And yeah, so thank you. See you later this evening for dinner.
I just want to say that welcoming new members, new residents was a fantastic Chinese Oriental party that we shouldn't ignore that you did.
Thank you, Dr. Ron. I don't think was here for that one, but that was awesome.
Yes, it was.
All right, well, yeah, oh yeah.
With respect to the point of sale system, this thing's been kicking around for a couple of years, and we were originally told that it was prescribed by Watermark. So why doesn't Watermark support it?
It's not that we're not supporting it. It's that we didn't have anybody on staff that could initiate it. Jose and Becky were great at what they did, but they were not good on the technical side of it.
They weren't me.
One of you is enough. So,
Why should it cost money now to support it?
we, during the first 2 years that we had tech support and things built into it, and that is expired now. So now we have to pay to have them come down and do it. And they have to come from Canada.
Now's the time. It's Snowbird time.
Yeah. So anyway, the next big next big shining moment for the dietary team is the Oscarladas coming up on March 12th. I haven't seen what the menu is, but I understand it's going to be fantastic. So, yeah, if you've not been here, it's one of the big parties of the year. It's kind of fun. It's a good, relaxed evening and a lot of fun. So
We'll have Lana Turner.
So that's coming up on March 12th. And then the other questions that were coming up, we had a question already. It was about the skilled nursing transfer. So skilled nursing is transferring management to the Aspen company. Aspen only does skilled nursing. They're a very good company, and I'm supporting the transfer. A lot of people have asked me about that, and I'm in full support of it. They have team members here today that are looking at the logistics of the transfer, meeting with the staff. All of the skilled nursing staff that are presently employed are transferring over to the Aspen company, and they have their IT department is here looking at installing their info tech equipment, things along those lines. So that's all happening April 1st, which is going to transition really quickly. From the outside in, it should look very seamless. So you really won't notice a difference. It's much like the therapy group that's here, the Health Pro Heritage. Most people don't know that they're not our staff or our team. They're a whole different company. So from the outside in, it'll look very seamless. There have been a number of questions that have come up about life care days and what happens to your life care days. And the well tower, the property owner, is working out the logistics of that with Aspen. They'll either contract with Aspen to pay for those days when you use them, or there's been some talk about offering a buyout to you if you wanted to change your agreement to take the days out of it. So, but I'm ahead of it. I don't know all the details of how that will work. So when that comes down, Welltower will be sharing the details of that with you. But as it is right now, your agreements are your agreements, and we, Welltower, Watermark, everybody's obligated to honor your agreements. Any questions? All right. We're adjourned. Thanks very much.
Thank you. And everybody else.